Okay, so let's get right into the main solo here. This is probably one of the most famous solos ever written, so we got to make sure we get it right. We're going to be in the key of D major here, and we're going to start with a little rake of a D major triad. So what you're going to do is you're going to keep your second finger at the 11th fret, third string, and then you're going to roll your first finger across the 10th fret on the second and first string. So we're going to have like this. 11, 10, 10. So you're going to have that shape, and then you're just going to do this. Just one rake across the strings, downstroke, and come off of each one of these notes right after you play it. Make it really staccato. Just like that. So you're going to be rolling that first finger over to that first string. Then you come up, and the first note we're actually going to sustain is this 14th fret with your third finger on the first string. And then you're going to a half step bend and release. So you get up a half step and come back down. All right, so we have this. And then come over to the third finger, move it over to the 15th fret on the second string, and a whole step bend there. And then we're going to go. Now that little phrase is, after you do that bend at the 15th fret, pick the note again flat without a bend at the 15th fret with your third finger, and then the 14th fret with your second finger right behind it. Hit that, and you're going to hit that twice. Then move that finger over to the third string on the 14th fret, and then your first finger at the 14th fret on the 4th string. So we got this. You let that note sustain, then you slide it down to 12 with your first finger, and pick that note again there. So we have. All right. Then we come back to the same thing that we did at the beginning, the little rake. So we did that little rake. Again, so let me just play the beginning of the solo for you. So this time we did that little rake, but when we got to the 14, we just did a quick half step and release bend. And then over to that 15th fret again with that whole step bend with your third finger on the second string. And then we have this. So and that's a pull off now after that bend from 15 to 14. Then move that finger over to the third string again, the second finger, and then the 14th fret on the 4th string with the first finger. And then pick 12 on the same string with the first string. And then come back to 11 on the same string. You're going to pick 11 again and quickly slide down. So this is like a grace note, like that. So it goes. And then reach over and grab the 12 on the 5th string with your third finger. So that whole phrase. Then take your first finger, move it to over at the 9th fret. It should be around there anyway. On the 3rd string, pick that 9th and slide it to 12. And then we're going to have your third finger at the 11, and then your first finger at 9, and then scoot that down to 7 on the same string. We're on the 3rd string here. Kind of staccato. Then come back to that 9, 11 again. Do a pull off, and pick that 9 again. So we have this. And then slide that back to 7 and pick 7 again. So we're just messing with those 3 notes. So it'll be like this. And then we do this little lick. All right, so we have, that is just 9 and 7, pull off on the 3rd string. Come over and grab that 9 on the 4th string real quick, then come back up. The 7 on the 3rd string, the 9, scoot up to the 11th with the 3rd finger, pick that flat, and then pick it again, and then do a slow half-step bend. So we get this. All right, and we're going to end this solo with this little lick. There's going to be a little bit after that, but we're going to have this. That is just up at the 15th fret. You can use your pinky, whatever you want, but you can use these fingers as well. 15, pull off to 14, then 12 with your 1st finger. Come over to the 2nd string, pull off from 15 to 12. Move that 1st finger over to the 12 on the 3rd, and then over to the 12 on the 4th. Scoot back to the 10th fret on the 4th string with your 1st finger. Pick that, slide it back, and pick it again. And then you put your 2nd finger down on that 10th fret, pick it, pull off to the 9, and slide down to 7. And this is when you'll hear the chorus come back in again. So really that's the end of the solo, but over the chorus, he does some of this line right here. And that is just a bend with your 3rd finger at the 10th fret, a whole step bend on the 3rd string. And then the same thing at the 9th fret twice. And bring it back down. Then play 7 on the 3rd string. And then we're going to do this nice little phrase. Come over to the 7th fret on the 4th string. Slide up to 9 and back down to 7. And then pick 7. So like this. And then we're back into the verse.